He did not love you. He did not love you. He didn't love you, okay? Point blank period. At the end of the day, he just didn't love you. Like, it's just that simple, you know? Like, you have to wrap your head around this when I'm saying this. He didn't love you, and, you know, you're just not getting it. You're not understanding. It's so funny, the sign over there says, desperate? Yeah. Very. I was kind of reading about Rachel and Leah today. It's been a really big one. And so Leah, when we talk about he just didn't love you, like Leah really wanted to be loved. She wanted to be loved so bad. But guess what? Jacob did not love her. He loved Rachel. He loved Rachel so much that he was willing to want to marry Rachel and give Rachel this life and work for her and love her and have kids with her and everything. And Leah was kind of tricked into marrying Jacob because she was the oldest and she needed to be married off, and so the father tricked Jacob, and he ended up, you know, and then the Lord blessed Leah with these children because he saw that she was hated. Like, Jacob didn't love her. Like, no, you know, it was one of those things. It was like, oh, well, you know, I wanted Rachel and that's who I wanted, and you gave me Leah, and I didn't want that. You know, that's not who I wanted to love. That's not who I wanted to be with. I wanted to be with Rachel. And so he wasn't just gonna settle for something that he didn't want. He didn't want her. You know, he didn't want her. And how many times in life do we do that? You know, like, we settle for someone who really doesn't want us. You know, we play ourselves like a fool. Like, you're unloved and you're not cared for, and you keep doing things for someone who is just not gonna love you, and they don't want to love you, and you hurt yourself in the process because you tell yourself that maybe if I did this for them, that they'd love you, you know, maybe if you did that for them, that they'd love you. And at the end of the day, they're never gonna love you. You're just convincing yourself that they are. You're convincing yourself that things are going to change. You're convincing yourself that maybe one day that they'll start caring. You're convincing yourself of lies. I mean, how many of us do that? In the place of desperation, where you just believe that, hey, you know, they're gonna love me one day, and they're not. Yeah, I can say that I'm guilty of that. You know, and a lot of the times when, you know, we are desperate for love, we end up doing stupid things. I mean, look at Leah in the Bible. She had a lot of children with Jacob. And children are not bad things. It's just the fact that, you know, it's really, you know, you see a lot of women who have children with these men who don't love them, and it only hurts them even more, because then they're stuck with children that look like the father, or then they're stuck raising the child alone, you know. It becomes a hard, you know, like, situation to deal with. You keep giving and giving to someone who just doesn't care, who's someone who just doesn't love you. And you know, it's sad, you know, especially when you're desperate for when you're desperate for a love, you know, wanting a love that, you know, especially when you love someone, But you can't make someone love you. You can't force them to love you. You can't force them to want to be there. You can't force them to care, you know? And, you know, that's where, for me in my life, I've learned that I don't want to compete with anybody, because if I feel like I have to compete with someone, that means, you know, like, you don't really love me, because, you know, if you really love me, why would I have to compete with someone? You know, like, I love you. I'm not making you compete with nobody. You know, like, yeah, love is crazy. Love is really crazy, you guys. It's something that's, it can hurt. You know, love can really hurt you. Especially if you're desperate for someone to love you and they really don't love you. He doesn't love you. Just give it up. Like, it's that simple.